Episode 163. Brendan, how you doing today?
Man, it has been you know what? Episode 163, it's nice because we usually do it like right in the morning, but you've been so busy with doing other things too. It was nice for me to sleep in a little bit.
There you go.
So I've kind of benefited off your busy schedule, bro.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, yesterday I did a little vlog. JOBINS dropped it, and it's live, so go check it out. Did a vlog of the whole day. It was a fun day, so I was like, you know what? I haven't done a vlog in a long time. I'll do that. And we went last night. We went over to Sean's for the watch party. That was a lot of fun. Then last night I got home. I got some editing of the vlog done. Woke up early this morning, got the vlog done. Then went to the Timbo Sugar show. All hell broke loose there. Then I got home, got the vlog up. Now here we are. Busy day for old Schmitters, but a good day. It's a good grind. I love it. It's the shit I love to do.
Dude, a lot to talk about too, man. It was an exciting night last night.
Oh, God. Dude, this morning, total regrets on the Timbo Sugar show. Nothing but fucking regrets. I will never, in my life, do another Zen ever again.
What happened with the Zen?
It just made me feel like shit. It was my fault. Tim was joking about him. He was going to take one. And I was like, you know what? Give me one. I'll get a little dizzy for the pod and see what I say. And then they're like, oh, you got to keep it in 5 minutes.
So you didn't even like accidentally swallow any of it? You just kept the pouch in your mouth like that?
Yeah, you just put the Zen. You got to put it up in the upper decky. And yeah, I kept it in for 5 minutes. And I didn't want to. After 2 minutes, I wanted out. And it felt like forever. And I was dizzy. And my body was super high. Then I took it out, and as the pod was going on, I got super sweaty, dizzy, nauseous. Schmitty had only drank caffeine and nicotine for that first little morning, and I actually threw up in the sink a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I came back. I drank some water. Came back to the pod. And I felt good for a little bit. Then after the pod ended, I got sick again, but I didn't throw up, but I just felt sick again. And then finally got home, made some food. I feel better now. Schmidt's good. But don't do Zens, kids. Fuck what that red native says about Zens and brain shit. Like, that can all go away.
Really? You don't think there's any science? Wow, that's interesting.
Horrible.
I don't know anything about Zens, really, just that they're like less bad than like cigarettes, right? With all the chemicals and
Well,
stuff.
you guys like, oh, you got Zen sick. It's like, oh, so it's even a fucking slur. So it's like, fuck that. Yeah, no thank you with Zens, dude. So yeah. UFC 305 watch party last night. It was a good time. First time. Did you get to try any? You didn't get to try any last night of Tammy.
No, I didn't try any of Tammy. Rest in peace.
It was pretty good, Jobin. She was really freaking good. I've never experienced a full cycle with a cow. I have with fish. That's about it. But never a cow.
Dude, it's even more different. It's not like you raised fish and then had the fish after, you know? Like,
I've never even shot a deer. Have you ever shot a deer?
I've never gone hunting before.
Neither.
That would be fun, actually, to try.
Huh. I'd probably be like Jason Segel in that one movie.
I think I know the movie you're talking about, but I've never seen it. Is it the 5-year engagement?
Yeah.
Is that the movie?
Yeah. He's afraid to shoot the deer, and he cries after, but then he's just addicted to it. Because, yeah, dude, it's with prices of meat, and then it's like, Jobins, okay, you give this cow a good life. If you can afford to have a cow on land, you got all that taken care of, you know how to do it, you have the opportunity, right? It's like, why wouldn't you? It's a no-brainer. That meat was so fresh and so good. Yeah, it was sad. Sean gave her such a good life. It was cool. I got to feed her hay all the time, and I was always super nice to her. But at the end of the day, it's a cycle of life, baby. And now she's feeding the champ so well for fight camp. It's going to give him even more superpowers. So it was so delicious. Next time, I hope you get to try it because it was whoa.
Is that like the healthiest way you could eat a burger? Probably too. Is just straight from the source like that.
Grass-fed burgers are incredible. I imagine that's what that was, but just the top freshest. I've never had fresh meat like that. So good. So yeah, that was pretty cool getting to see the whole full cycle of that. Daniel came. He's been out of town. He came to town. It was me, you, Chris, Sean, Sono, Garrett.
David was there too. Yeah.
David Clay.
I think
Danny. That was a good night. It was a lot of fun getting together watching the fights.
Dude, not only the fights, but the Craig Jones Invitational too.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
That's a first.
Game changer for that. It's crazy the numbers that they did and how they were able to pay the fighters. It's going to be interesting to see how he's able to keep it going. But since it was so successful and everyone loved it so much, I don't see how it won't succeed, right?
Now it's like the jiu-jitsu game. You know, you had Biggie and Tupac. Now you got Gordon Ryan versus Craig Jones, it feels like.
Right.
And then you get this. Nick Ryan, Gordon Ryan's brother, was in the competition. So it's just like, and then Chris, our roommate, was telling me that like Gordon Ryan and Nikki Ryan aren't like on the best of terms. So there's some beef going on.
Some bad blood, eh? Yeah, that was weird though, watching the main event with Craig and what's her name again?
Dude, Craig Jones and Gabby Garcia.
She's fucking massive. But then watching it, it was just like, okay, yeah, that's like watching Tim when he would grapple with me.
Dude, right? You know what was crazy to me? And I don't know if you were expecting it, Jobins, but I was asking everybody, and everyone was saying like that Craig Jones was going to get this easy. And then I was like kind of giving her the benefit of the doubt because of her size. But man, dude, Craig Jones was playing with her. And it was like he was just wanting to get the certain submission to win his bet. But like he eventually rear naked choked her in the second round. But man, he had so many opportunities to probably finish it even earlier.
Schmitty's learned size does not matter when it comes to jiu-jitsu. Right, Ryan? Ryan knows what I'm talking about. Not you, JX. But yeah.
And the first intersex, the first mixed sex matchup.
Yeah, that was
in jits,
Sean was
bro.
like goals when they announced the title. That was pretty sick. But yeah, super cool for all of the jiu-jitsu world. I'm happy for everybody, especially our community, because everyone loves jiu-jitsu so much. I think it's in like a booming era, dude. I think a lot more kids these days than when we were kids know about jiu-jitsu. It's become so popular. It's becoming a huge part of UFC.
The exposure of that event taught me a lot too, because I really don't watch jiu-jitsu at all, bro, besides going to the classes. But I learned a few names, like Cade Ruotolo and his brother Ty Ruotolo. Those guys are badasses.
Oh, I know. And it was cool watching. Like Tim and everyone at the gym, they all knew him. The first day I was watching a little bit at the gym, and everybody knew everybody. And I don't know shit about the jiu-jitsu world, but what was really cool was seeing the high-level competition. That it was fun. Like, they were good matches.
Dude, and they're hard on each other, too. I don't know if you know the joke, but, like, when they're slamming on each other's heads and pulling each other down, like, the announcers were talking about how that puts so much tension on the spine. And I was just thinking, like, damn, dude, because I had broke my neck back in the day. To, like, think about someone clubbing my head down repeatedly. I don't know if I'm even tough enough to be at that level, you know?
I worry about you sometimes with jits, and just because people can be so crazy.
Dude, 100%. It is scary to think about certain instances, spazziness and...
Like when he had her in that twister, it's like, duh, he wasn't going to actually break her spine, but it's like that's when he very well easily could have. And that's so scary.
I'm happy you bring that up, bro, because I wanted to ask you, do you think it's right to break a joint on her if she's refusing the tap? Because that's a jiu-jitsu, right? Isn't that like the #1 rule you learn is to tap early so you avoid injuries?
Yeah, I think the twister one would have been a little fucked up.
Yeah.
But the ankle one, I thought it was a little... I'm like, he's got 100K on an ankle, and he's just toying with her, but yet can't get the ankle submission. And he's got 100K on it, but yet he's toying with her. What's that about?
Well, she could have known that was the one submission she needed to defend against 100%. So maybe she's willing to
100K. You bet 100K. Brendan Michael Moran, and you know you're going against his white belt. And you know he's so bad. You see him walking every day. You know he's so bad. Not saying she was bad, but Craig was... This is
how good he is, right?
No, how confident he was, right? And same thing. This white belt that's just got nothing on you. 100K on yourself to win by a leg lock. You're going to win by a leg lock, right?
Well, she wasn't tapping.
So
the rear naked choke, bro, the rear naked choke is that blood choke. So it's like you're not going to break a joint doing that. So you can go as long as you can without having to worry about her tap or not.
I sense suspicion.
Yeah. Sean kept saying that it was like it would look bad on Craig to break her arm or break her leg. But I'm like, I feel like he has every right to.
Wasn't she going to do it to him?
Right.
If he didn't tap and she's...
That's how I look at it. I'm like, tap or don't. That's on you.
Oh, well, I just wonder what they behind closed door conversations were like about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could say everything on camera and to us, but what was behind camera to them? that they would. That'd be interesting.
What was surreal too is the comedy that was mixed into it, like his corner with his coach who was doing the Australian accent and everything. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, Sean was like, he was taking it too far sometimes with some of the things he was saying. Dude, that shit was making me laugh. That guy needs to do a podcast. I'd love for him and Craig Jones to do a podcast together and recap the whole thing.
And that's so cool that you just were hanging out with him.
Yeah, he was super nice. That was a cool opportunity to be able to get to meet him.
Yeah.
Fire.
Hopefully we see more of those kind of events.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He says he's going to try and do it once a year. It'll be interesting. It's got to be expansive. 305 recap, Jobins. Holy fucking shit. What a good fucking night.
Dude, insane. Absolutely crazy.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. That right there, Jobins, is a night where you go, fuck, man, UFC's so great. You know?
Dude, mostly big win for everybody in city kickboxing, mostly.
What a night. What a fucking night. Where do we start? Let's just start with the main event. Just fucking go in order. DDP submits Israel Adesanya. I did think it was interesting how he said he felt the best. It was really cool watching him on a couple sprawls that he had with DDP's takedowns, but that's eventually going to happen with a guy like DDP, man, right? DDP brings this weird fight style that just makes it's a fight. It's not going to be it's kind of like out of the line.
Can we give him credit for how tough he is, bro? And you take body shots like a champ too, honestly. Dude, but I took a 30% and dropped me. He took some hard shots.
Izzy was landing some beautiful body shots.
I think part of me was thinking Izzy was gonna win if it hadn't got like a finish like that and he hadn't gotten taken down. The stand-up fight.
I really think he got hurt in that one time. Like it was I think a few minutes or maybe even at the end of the third round. Do you remember what I'm talking? When we all started.
No, I remember because
we're all like, "Whoa, is Izzy hurt? He's acting kind of weird," you know?
Because he tripped up a few times, but I think you're right. I think he might have got a little.
I think he got rocked. Dude, DDP probably fucking hits like a truck. He looked fucking massive, and it was so crazy how he was so easily able to get underneath Izzy's chin. That just tells me how fucking strong he is. He fucking launched under there and choked so hard.
But. I mean, that's where, again, I think the experience of, like, dude, because to me, that fight kind of even shows, like, everyone talks about Izzy being, like, the greatest striker. So there's similarities with Sean there, and then DDP being more grappling-based, kind of like Merab.
Such a weird style.
To me, it's like Merab will never have that same level of success of getting a submission because, dude, the hand fighting. Like, I didn't see any hand fighting from Izzy. I just saw seemed really easy for DDP to get under the neck of Izzy, even in that first round. He just happened to turn his whole side, which was good defense, and then get out of that.
Yeah, every round I was like, I had DDP. It was before we went to the fourth round, I was 3-0 DDP, and everyone else was like mixing it up. There was 2-1.
I think everyone had the first round going to Izzy.
I don't know. It's got a fight I got to rewatch. That was a fun one.
Hey, at the end of the day, you didn't have to leave it in the hands of the judges.
Dude, that was a good fucking fight. The whole night, man.
Damn.
Kai Car France KO over fucking Steve.
Oh, that one hurts to say, dude. We lost. That's the one. Every time, bro, I feel we do a parlay, and then there's only one fight that stops it all.
It's heart-crushing in this game. That's why it's a son of a bitch. But you can never predict what happens. Anything can happen every fight. Every fight, and it doesn't matter who it is. It could be the freak of all freaks who looks unstoppable against the guy who doesn't look like he has a chance, and that guy can win. Dude,
Kai did a really good job getting that hit in so clean and dropping him like that.
It was cool seeing a shot like that land. That's not often, man. Rushing in, overhand left, bink, and to have the power, dude.
It did seem a little early on the stoppage, but you can't allow yourself to get in that position anyways.
Yeah, I agree. Because it's seen right when he landed, right? He was out, landed, woke up, because as soon as he lands, he's looking right back at Kai. And then Kai comes in, lands some more strikes. And then they get up on the fence. He's covered up, right? And it's like, yeah, okay, let's continue the fight. Maybe he lands some more shots on him while he's up against the fence. But he could survive. He could weather it, keep it going, make it look a little boring for a little bit, come back. We've seen that.
I'm just upset because of the parlay. I mean, at the end of the day, it wasn't too controversial.
It wasn't too controversial. But those kinds of stoppages were the maybe potential chance of a comeback. Frank Yeager, man, back in the day with Greg Maynard. Like, there were so many fights.
Or Chet Congo and Pat Barry.
Yeah, dude. Where it's like that guy, I think Steve could have maybe came back. If he's on his way up to the fence, come on.
It's interesting to think about how many fighters have won a fight based off of just not having good stoppages. Like, some of those fights that they won, they should never have won, you know?
Another reason why just being a ref is so tough. Every fight's so unique. How many times do we go back and forth of, oh, that was a good stop. Oh, man, no. And then just the debates with stoppages. It's got to be one of the toughest things.
Yeah, shout out Kai.
Yeah. And fucking Tai Tuivasa, man. 5-fight losing streak. I'm fucking sad. I really like Tai. That was such a fucking dog fight. He was trying. Rosenstruck was just better.
And Rosenstruck respected his power as well.
He did.
They both respected each other's power.
That was a fucking fight. That was a dog fight right there. Good fight from two big heavyweights, too. From to beginning to end. Tai needs to give some respect. And for, getting hit in the face a lot, he looked good after the fight. He didn't look that banged up. He posted a pic after on Instagram. He looked fine. Yeah. So it's like, you know what? Come on, Dana. If you're going to give that many to Tony, like, we love Shuey.
Everyone loves Shuey.
If you don't like Shuey, you're not a heavyweight fan.
And he comes out to the funniest walkout music.
Come on. Throw him a bone. Rosenstruck was not a bone. But that's Tai, dude. I bet that dude doesn't want a bone. He probably wants a good name all the time.
I'd give him
He's a dog.
Give him a bone, like you're saying.
He's a dog. Yeah, give him someone. Come on, man. Fuck. But yeah. Good on Rosenstruck. Good on. And then Dan Hooker, man.
That one was close. Good. I'm so happy for Dan.
What a fight from both of them. Applaud them to them gentlemen.
Definitely. Dude, Matthias Gamrod's ground grappling is no joke. So for Dan to do what he did and be able to get up as much as he did, get Matthias tired like that.
Rocked. Dan Hooker got rocked in the first round.
And what did he do?
And he came back.
He kept moving forward.
He got cut open. He took a beating. Just like Sean and Tim said, it's like, when was the last time Dan Hooker wasn't in a boring fight?
100%, dude.
He's
always putting on.
And he was down bad. He was cut. Dan Hooker has been going through it, man. So that was a good win to see. And his new tattoos looked fucking sick.
Puts him in the top 5 now, too. Who do you want to see him against?
Oh, man. That's tough. We were talking about that on the show because a lot of people, it was like he's fought everybody. Who hasn't Dan Hooker fought? And I think there was one guy. There was one name, but I'm forgetting off the top of my head.
I would love to, because just how good Gamrot is on grappling, it's like, has Dan Hooker gotten a lot better since his last time with Islam?
Right. Whoever it is, I know Islam is going to be out for a little bit because of his hand. So maybe you could make an interim title fight with Hooker versus somebody. Like, why not? If I'm Hooker, right, and I fought everybody, there's one guy, then okay, why don't I get a guy that's above me that I'll rematch?
Ooh.
Fuck it.
What about Patty? Wouldn't that be cool? They're both in the lightweight, right?
Did they fight already? They haven't fought.
I don't think they fought before.
Wasn't that Patty's? No, that wasn't Patty's debut. Who was Dan Hooker's debut? Was it Michael Chandler?
Oh, he did get beat by Michael Chandler.
It was somebody. Where was there was second fight? I'll have to look that up.
But because he's an up and coming guy in the lightweight, it'd be kind of cool to see Dan Hooker at that gatekeeper level. He's in the top 5. Be like, hey, let's see what happens here.
Yeah, I'd like it. I'd like to see Patty fight anybody.
Yeah, after his last fight too. So the lightweight division's definitely still exciting, even with a dominant champion like Islam.
Yeah, there's just a couple things I'm upset with the UFC. Like, I want John Jones versus Alex Pereira. I don't know what they're doing, why. I love Stipe. I keep going back and forth, but I'm like, man.
Dude, but I liked what you were saying last night, because you were saying that Alex Pereira was even talking about going back down.
Yeah, but then the boys were like, oh, no, there's no way he would lose all that weight to do it. I'm like, I mean, I don't doubt anything Alex Pereira says or whatever. He's a psychopath. That man's a psychopath. I don't know about that. But yeah, I'm talking crap on the Roundtree fight. I'm excited for it just because I'm excited for Alex. And that's the fight right there, right? Everyone's going to be counting on Alex Pereira. Roundtree just comes in and spoils the UFC's plans. Bink! Knocks out Alex Pereira.
I don't see it happening.
You'll see that, dude. Roundtree's got hands, man. Stone hands. Both them boys have stone hands.
Roundtree's no... Yeah... I'm going Pereira.
I bet everyone will, but I'm telling you right now, that to me, I'm smelling a fight that could interrupt some plans. Because why wouldn't they do the John Jones versus Alex Pereira? To me, I'm like, okay, who are they shielding? John or Alex? I think Alex.
I don't. Yeah.
Or
John Jones, he should stick to fighting Stipe and then.
Yeah, but if Alex Pereira is willing to go up to heavyweight and have a. What are we doing? It's the biggest.
You're
when
right.
you got Joe Rogan calling Dana White saying, please make this fight, it would be historic.
That's tough with the matchmaking. I don't know how that's
Dude,
going down.
and the hype behind it with the promos from Alex Pereira and the promos from John Jones's career would be huge.
Huge.
Fuck. Put that in Madison Square Garden. I don't know.
No, I'd love it. I would
Put it
like
in
it
Abu
more than
Dhabi.
the Stipe. It would be better.
Go put the two goats out in Abu Dhabi. Just stack a card.
Dang. What could be? What could be?
Yeah, and what's next for DDP? They're all saying Sean Strickland, but here, because it's like, okay, was Sean Strickland robbed with that fight in the first place?
That's a great argument
Or
to make.
But who's been out there in the trenches, Brendan?
Sean Strickland. He just had a good fight again before.
Robert Whittaker too, and he's getting ready to fight Hamzat. What if Hamzat don't show up? It's tough.
Dude, Hamzat too. Like, he's been in the game so long with such hype. I really want to see him against DDP.
You know what's really fun is that, obviously DDP is the dog, right, Jobins? So look at the lineup of guys that he has to take to kind of, like, he's got a lot of dogs. So if he goes through them, he could be one of the GOATs because he's got big, good names.
And he's
Fresh.
so skilled all around too. His stand-up's not bad. I mean, he was hitting Izzy with some powerful shots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
I want Robert to just get it back bad. I'm very interested in that fight. That fight's going to be crazy. I just hope it happens.
Man, if Robert Whittaker wins his fight against Hamzat, and dude, that's a tough fight to fight
Yeah, 'cause
DDP
then guess
again.
what?
DDP had already got him
guess
pretty
what?
good.
Well, ready for this? Okay. So Robert beat Hamzat. I'm just going to do some fairy tale shit. Robert beats Hamzat. Sean Strickland beats DDP. They're not going to do DDP versus Sean Strickland 3? They're going to go Robert Whittaker? My boy Robert Whittaker's not going to have to wait? No. They're going to do Sean Strickland versus DDP 3.
Yeah. Well, everyone wants to see that.
Well, especially if they have a good fight, right? And Sean Strickland wins. They have a brawl and Sean Strickland wins. There's definitely going to be a rematch. So then Robert has to wait. Then you know what they're going to do to my boy Robert?
What? They're going to make him fight someone else that he could lose to and then lose his shot? Who did that? That just happened to somebody, bro.
Happens all the time.
Just happened to someone
Happens
who's
all
been
the
having fights and then they lose the... I don't...
Yeah. But yeah, last night, Jobins, great card. Great card.
Dude, the last one, just to bring it up, was the Carlos Prates versus Li Jean Liane to start it off. Dude, Li Jean Liane, again, it's so hard to say the Leech's name, but that dude took so many shots, and Carlos Prates looked so good. 78-inch reach.
Dude, he was so fucking
insane.
tall and long. Holy shit, he was the Sean O'Malley of the fucking flyweights.
And then that was one of those. It's cool watching it with Sean, and he's just like, if you're his corner, you throw the towel in. And then what happened? What happened next? Just knocked out.
Were they flyweights?
Oh no, much bigger than that.
God,
these guys are welterweights.
I knew I butchered. I'm like, wait a minute, Schmidt. They weren't flyweights. I was thinking Kai Car.
Man, if his corner would have called it like Sean was saying, though, they could have stopped that knockout from happening because he was in there just getting pieced up. He was out of it.
I know he must have just been so like fight and flight type mode because he was throwing his head everywhere with his hands. It just wasn't. It was kind of a mess. Yeah, that was tough. That was tough.
Damn. I'm excited for Carlos Prates though, dude. That's a scary guy.
Did you see? Next up, Jopins, UFC 306, Sean O'Malley versus Merab.
Fire.
So fucking sick,
dude. The promo for that just had me so excited, dude. Last night it was crazy.
The poster's sick. This whole event's gonna be special. It's gonna be super cool. Can't wait to be in Vegas with you guys. Show up. We're gonna be outside the Spear. We're gonna be at the press conference. We're gonna be at the weigh-ins. We'll be there early. I like to show up early for those events just to make sure I get in and get a good spot. I made some signs to hold up at both of them. Hopefully I can sneak them in. The first time in Boston, there's flags everywhere in the stands. When you watch a press conference and shit, there's flags. Remember that?
100. Yeah, right.
Because
they even hope the cameras look at the flags too when they're repping them.
Yeah. First day in Boston, I had my flag. We were representing. We were having a good time. Second day I go in. They tell me I can't bring the flag. We had to turn around, put it in my pocket, go right back in. I was upset. Wasted my time. Could have got a better seat. And I still had my flag, and I still took it out and waved it.
I don't think we'll have the same issue with the signs.
We'll see.
Because the flag's like a country thing. Maybe it's a political thing.
We'll see. Well, I'm definitely folding them up and tucking them away because I don't want to have to deal with it.
I like the signs, though. Jobin, just wait. They're good.
Yeah, it's going to be fun because Jobin, you remember fucking seeing Merab freak out at the jiu-jitsu match? If you haven't seen it, Jobins, look it up. Merab's at the event last night. Some fan yells out, "Sean O'Malley's your dad." And Merab loses it, runs up and grabs his hair. I love how Sean's handling it on the Timbo Sugar Show because he goes to, "Man, that's assault. That guy can sue." Like he's basically telling the guy to sue Merab, you know? Whereas, as that fan should, he was just assaulted by a UFC fighter.
Dude, to me, and it's so crazy to think of, like, when you're competing, like, that's a whole nother level to think about with competing, is having it in the press, having your opponent have so much shit talk that's working and making you mentally affected. To go up and do something like that, and then Sean never gets flustered or anything, that would bother me.
Well, what can I say? We're good at shit talking.
And but not letting it get to you.
It is weird because Sean would never freak out and go do something like that to a heckler.
100. Try to find a clip of Sean getting upset of something someone says. I don't think you can, bro.
Right.
But then, like, you see the Cody Garbrandt, you see the Merab, the Aljo, like, all these people getting flustered and, like, speaking out. You've already lost part of the mental game right there then. It's
so funny, guys. Merab has been blocking some of our gym members. He blocked, shout out Mikey Music. Mikey was DMing him every day. We got Dylan DMing him every day. I'm DMing him every day. I'm making reels that Sean's sharing that's getting views. We're coming with full force against this guy. And you bet your fucking ass, Jobins, I live by the sword, I'll die by the sword. I'm going to be in that crowd with you guys, with the Sugar Show. You better wear some Sugar Show merch. You better have some pink wigs. You better have some flags. Because we're going to group up. We're going to get fucking loud. We're going to cause a riot. We're going to cause a scene. Anytime Merab talks, I'm yelling at the top of my lungs. I'm that guy in the crowd when it comes to my boy fighting.
I just can't. That's what I'm counting down to right now. That's the one thing I'm looking forward to during this period of time.
28, 29 days away. It's coming quick. It's going to literally be here.
Christmas is coming early.
I know, dude. And I can't wait for Sean again to go out and prove why he's the best. It's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be pretty fucking...
Dude, his skill, he's an all-around, he's a martial artist, bro. And then Merab's going to have a rude awakening when the grappling is way better than what he's probably expecting.
Right? And then, dude, it's so weird, guys, because, like, Sean's always been the champ to me, and no matter what, he'll always be the champ to me. But it's just so surreal how, like, here we are, 28 days away, and our boy's putting everything that he works for on the line again, all on himself. He's gambling on himself because he believes in himself so much, and he's putting everything on the fucking line. I just always, and I take it in, Jobins. I take these moments in because it's a lot of work. It's a lifetime of work and dedication.
Dude, watching that promo in the same room with him was something else, dude, because it's just like the energy that you feel, and it's like he's earned this and he's fought hard to get where he's at, and it just pumps me up, man.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy to watch how when you believe in yourself and you stick to it and you work hard and you keep that mindset, what you can accomplish. And it's crazy watching what Sean can accomplish. So fucking inspiring. Crazy, dude. Crazy world. That's why I'm taking it in, Jobins. Jobins, right now, Sugar Sean is the best of the best, and he's taking on the best of the best. Merab is no fucking joke. We sit here and we joke and we make jokes, but at the end of the day, he's got a serious, dangerous problem ahead of him who wants everything that Sean has.
That's the scariest Georgian out, bro.
Yeah. Every guy that Sean fights wants what he has. So he's coming. And, if I get my ass beat in the lobby, I guess I get my ass beat in the lobby. Tune in to find out.
If he does, you know who did it, though.
Yeah. If I die, get revenge for me, Jobins.
Dude, You're a big Starbucks. Well, not anymore. Not anymore.
What the
But you
hell were
used
you
to
about
be.
to say?
You used to be a big Starbucks guy, right?
Yeah.
And Starbucks, I don't know if you know this, bro, and I don't know if you know
Oh,
this.
I know
Jones.
this.
Starbucks recent quarterly reports have been lagging. They've been losing money.
Well,
because of the mobile app adaptation. That they're not like evolving with the mobile app, and the mornings are so busy that a lot of people are like upset about wait times and things because the mobile orders have like syrup. You know about coffee and how intensive it is, and there's so much going into it that the orders get complicated.
Yeah.
So the lines get backed up, and people are not going there for their coffee as much. And the cafe setting, you remember Friends when it's like everybody's chilling out, lounging?
Ain't no one doing that.
Ain't nobody doing that now.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So the model has to change, and Starbucks is getting a new CEO named Brian Nichols in September, and we'll see if he can turn the ship around. Because I have a couple stocks in.
Mr. Nichols, how are we gonna fix this motherfucker?
And Starbucks pays dividends, if you didn't know.
Yeah, well, Starbucks has been, found out. And everybody knows now that you get shit quality coffee at Starbucks and that it tastes burnt. You wait forever. Hey, Starbucks, change your ingredients. Hire better employees. Teach your employees to be better. Because, I don't get why Starbucks and like In-N-Out, there's just certain places. And In-N-Out, like, I'm not shitting on In-N-Out because they make it work.
Right.
With as long as a line as they do, it's pretty damn quick because they have so many fucking employees inside. And it's just every In-N-Out we ever see, Jobins, it's insane. Never not insane.
How do you solve the problem, though, with people coming into Starbucks again? How do you get the lobby back?
It's because go into Starbucks. They got a couple employees, probably at most, I'm going to say 4, right? 3 or 4. And coffee making is a motherfucker. And they make a lot of money. Starbucks makes a lot of money off their shit beans.
They do.
So if they were to change their quality in their beans and taste and really up the quality of the coffee because here's the thing. There are so many, not only coffee shops, but also people who are in their own coffee shop that like Tim and Mariah are doing. Like people will get their own, like a taco truck. Like there's coffee trucks. You know what I mean? Anyone can make coffee. It's the quality of the coffee. So
they got to bounce back since COVID happened too, with all the social distancing and being isolated.
And nobody wants to wait in line. I'd wait in line so long. But I thought back then I was like, oh, Starbucks is so fucking good.
A lot of their money they generate is because of the syrups that they buy, and then how much they charge for their coffees then in turn.
It's weird. Chick-fil-A and Starbucks are two places that I can remember the first time I ever had one. Because back when in St. Louis, Missouri, like when Starbucks was back in the day, Jobins, there was only like one Starbucks in St. Louis, and you had to go far away from my house to get it. And one time I was with my mom. We were going over to my Aunt Laura's, and she got me a chocolate frappuccino.
That's so cool. How long ago was that, bro? When you're saying back in the day, you mean back in the day.
I was probably 16. You thought further, huh?
Yeah, because Starbucks started in like 98 in Seattle, but it definitely, like you're saying, it takes time to build stuff up. So when you were 16, you're saying that's when Starbucks was at like its current model.
Yeah. And I wasn't a big coffee drinker as a kid. When I first started drinking Starbucks, I saw it as a dessert. I was like, oh, I don't really like coffee, but that tasted like a chocolate shake, like a chocolate...
like a dessert.
Yeah, a chocolate dessert.
Whipped cream in there, too.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, that was fire. So I was like a every once in a blue moon type deal. But then when I got into coffee after high school, I was like, fuck, I love coffee. And then I still wasn't even into Starbucks. I would drink coffee at home. It was when I started going to the university with the boys, and we would drive to Umsel. And I'd be like, dude, let's go to Starbucks. And then boom, that's when it started, dude. And it was like, dude, let's go to Starbucks. And then the boys would get mad at me. No, we're not going to fucking Starbucks today. I'm like, come on, dude, I really need that shit. Because I liked how it gave me like a high. Like I'd get a high off Starbucks, and that's what I really enjoyed. It's
cool getting your insight on this story just because you're like a coffee insider, bro. Like you make some quality coffee.
I fucking am addicted to coffee. I love coffee. Coffee and marijuana are my two big addictions. Fuck Fuck you, nicotine. Nicotine can fuck off. Ew. That shit fucks me up. But yeah, that's interesting to see that Starbucks is down.
Would you ever buy an electric vehicle for 18 that's just one seat and it's 3 wheels?
We'll be forced to one day.
That's what like a Canadian upstart's doing for 18,500. And
Yeah,
they're saying that could be the next trend.
Yep.
For like city driving too, and just having
singularity.
But it's like just the effect, like the isolation, the one car, it's like they're trying to incentivize people to not be together, it feels like.
Oh no, we'll be together. In the other
in the metaverse?
Yeah, we'll be together.
Ready Player One?
Yep. We'll be okay. We'll figure it out. Dude, the one CEO of LinkedIn I talked about on Thibaut Sugar Show, but Sean was shitting on me. And probably all the fans think I'm stupid for talking about it.
The CEO of LinkedIn?
Yeah, he was saying that most 9-to-5 jobs will be extinct by 2034.
That's not crazy to think about.
I know, it's really not. And he was saying it was because of AI being invented and taking most average jobs. But he said, he even said, like I've been saying, just because we lose all these jobs, we'll find a way to create new jobs. And it'll be the creators. We'll be able to just create, there'll be jobs off that.
It's a crazy world we're living in, bro.
I'm excited. I'm so fucking excited. And it's getting closer. The end of this election is getting closer. So drum roll. Drum roll.
If the end of the world happens, you know where you need to go is Lake Tahoe.
Why?
Mark Zuckerberg, he's purchasing lakefront property, and he's going to get, dude, this is a lot of square feet. It's it's a compound. 75,000 total square feet of development, which is about 1.72 acres, and it's going to have guest houses, offices, a gym,
how fucking
a
sick
bunk house.
Tahoe is?
It is a sick destination.
Go watch our vlogs. We got a Lake Tahoe vlog, Jobins. We've been there 3 times.
And that's just the stuff that they're letting us know about. I guarantee there's like some kind of crazy bomb shelter in there.
Got a point.
Dude, if I was a billionaire and you can afford 100 bomb shelters, why not throw one at every property you own?
Especially Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe is awesome. And they're covered in snow for a lot of the year. Dun, dun, dun.
But I wanted to bring it up because it connects, Jobins. There's a movie coming out called Blink Twice.
It actually looks really good.
Directed by Zoe Kravitz, too. Did you know that?
I didn't until we watched the trailer.
Yeah, Zoe Kravitz directed it. Channing Tatum's going to be the billionaire type guy who I think is going to be the Mark Zuckerberg stand-in.
Uh-huh.
And I think there could be some wild Bohemian Grove type stuff going on at that Lake Tahoe.
It looked like they made a movie about a Jeffrey Epstein type life.
And they're insiders, bro.
Yeah.
What do they know that we
don't
know?
Us. They're telling us now.
Yeah.
Now they're telling us. But that movie does look really good.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what the hell it's about still.
Well, these people are going there to do these partying and live a lifestyle, and it's obviously a cult type shit going on. They're gonna find that out as time goes on. Channing Tatum's gonna probably he's luring them in to be a part of it. They're gonna fucking realize that shit's fucking crazy. Someone might die. Channing Tatum's probably gonna die. Yeah.
Plot twist is coming, dude.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be something else.
Well, it looks like some good writing, good acting. Looks like a really good movie. Super excited for it. Look it up, Jobins. Look it up. You know, I'm upset. I'm upset that we don't have a Regal by us and that Regal's the only one doing the cool popcorn bucket shit for movies, Jobins. Because there's a cool one for Alien Resurrection. There's been cool ones for all these movies lately. And none of the theaters do any cool shit but Regal. Damn
yeah,
you,
they
Regal.
had the Dune Worm, too.
Yeah, there's been a whole bunch of cool ones going viral lately. Like, what the fuck?
Bro.
Come on, Harkins.
You should have got, you know what we messed up on is the McDonald's glasses, bro. They were
went
selling
quick?
those collectible McDonald's glasses. I think they're still maybe doing them. But if you get the whole set, you could sell it for $100.
Ooh.
It's just crazy
Oh, I
because it's
know.
like they're like free in your meal.
Are they?
I think it's like a Happy Meal combo, right?
Oh, really? Oh, damn, those fuckers.
Just
are
like how they
probably
used to
gone.
do Beanie Babies and stuff.
Oh, those fuckers are going quick. I wonder if Beanie Babies will ever make a comeback. Beanie Babies were huge when I was a kid, Jobins, and I had a shitload of Beanie Babies. Are those even a thing anymore?
Dude, I guarantee. Dude, there's collectors and everything.
We're going to bring back the Beanie Babies.
Crazy.
Dude, I went with Sean Jobins to the past couple days. Been going to some doctor's appointment with him, get all some stuff checked for the UFC, so he's good. He had to get his eyes checked. Sean's not real. I got to sit there and look at the test too and do it. Holy hell, that guy can read shit. And it's not like, you know, when you get to the bottom line and you're going, oh, fuck, I can't read that, but I'm going to try and read it my best. Hopefully I'm right. You know, when you get that thought?
Dude, I'm so nervous about getting my eyes checked with how bad it is for me to read stuff from far away.
Well, dude, he didn't even hesitate. He was able to read it so easily. And the doctor was like, dude, you have such great eyes. And then he went and did all these tests, and I'm watching them as they're doing them to him. And on the they had to turn the lights out, you know, and on the computer, it looked like Sean was a zombie looking in like a door. What's it called? When you look through a door thing?
Ooh, keyhole. I don't know what that's called.
Fuck. Eye spot.
We know the word you're talking about.
I'm so high right now, Jobins.
We know the word.
But it looked like he's looking through one as like a zombie with like zombie eyes. And they're like, all right, hold still. And he's hold still. And they're like, all right, look to the left. You see his eye. And then they zoom in. They do all this shit. And then you can see all these veins. You can see like behind his eye. It was fucking nuts. And then he has such good blood flow in his eyes that they did this thing, and you see his hole, it goes in on his eye. And you see this like ring go around the eye, almost like a worm. It looked like a worm. Like I'd never seen that before in an eye. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And he's like, no, that just shows that he has really good blood flow in the eye. Like, damn, there's a spiral in her eye.
It is really crazy when you just zoom in on like anything, but the eyes too, on like the Google images. We couldn't find the picture you wanted to show me exactly, but dude, eyes close up is crazy.
They're crazy, bro. It was super cool to be able to see all that and to hear a doctor. It's like, damn, that plays a good part in Sean's fighting. He's so like, his peripheral vision, everything is just so fucking.
His blood flow being so good too.
Crazy.
I'm sure it has a lot to do with his genetics, but also his diet and how he lives. You know, like day to day.
He didn't seem real. He didn't seem like a real person.
Dude,
like, holy shit.
Because your diet can change so much, bro. Because that actually, there's a group of people in the Amazons called the Chee IG, and they actually are in the, like, what is it? They're next to La Paz in Bolivia, in the deep in the Amazon rainforest, Jobins. And there's been scientists that have studied them for over 20 years, and their arteries are like the healthiest arteries they've ever studied in any peoples across the world. And their brain development, like they age at a slower rate. But it's because of their diet. Because they're like cut off from the rest of the world. There's
all our bullshit.
16,000 of these Chee IG live in the forest, bro.
Can you imagine living in the jungle?
I bet their eyes are just as good as Sean's, maybe.
And what they can see at night.
I didn't even think about.
Yeah.
Like the natural advantages that they need to have.
Oh, yeah. Because you know when it gets dark at night and you just go outside for a while, you can eventually see really good. Yeah.
And all the scary ass animals in the rainforest.
I know, like an anaconda.
Oh,
that's
dude.
the one, and the bugs,
or the ones that
spiders.
are in the river that go up your urethra.
Yeah.
There's some scary ass fish.
Or a fucking around that area like a crocodile. I do not want to be around a crocodile. What else you got for us, Brendan? Before we end this fine day.
This is a crazy story, Jovins. And if you have a Disney Plus subscription, if you've ever accepted the terms and conditions, don't have yourself or a loved one die in their park, because they will say that you can't sue them in court for that. Jeffrey Piccolo filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Disney and the owners of a restaurant that's on the property. His wife, that he just wanted to take his wife to a nice trip to Disney World. She died. From a severe allergic reaction after eating at the theme park, even though he multiple times he said, hey, she has nut reactions and like, we need to make sure we don't give her anything like that. She dies at the park. And then Disney's like, well, you can't sue us because Mr. Piccolo agreed to the terms and conditions when creating his Disney Plus account, which says he has to settle out of court through a process called arbitration.
That was such a South Park episode a long time ago. It's crazy.
It is. Yeah, with the human centipede and everything. Dude. But, dude, I feel so bad for that guy.
That's crazy.
Dude, I'm just like, because, it's like we have girlfriends and stuff, but so, like, imagine Shannon dying or something at a party. And, like, we're just having a good time, Like, it was a vacation and she's gone now. And I'm just trying to, like.
The terms and conditions slap. That's crazy.
Disney, at least pay for the funeral expenses. You know how expensive funerals are, which is sickening to me?
Oh, yeah, it's nasty, dude.
It's like the dude has to pay funeral expenses after Disney. Wow.
Yeah, Dude, you know how much of a like that plays in some people's minds when they're dying
It's sad.
because they know it'll burden their family.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucked.
It is fucked. That was
Yeah,
my
you would think like schools and like funerals would be a free thing
Mm-hmm. Well, public schools.
if we want a good society
yeah,
of honor and respect and knowledge.
100.
Top G America that we don't have because no one can afford a fucking funeral or learn how to fucking learn. No, I'm going dark. Sorry.
Dude, the amount of money that Disney has though, and they can't even compensate this guy, just shows the level of greed.
Dude,
they
Disney's dark. What does Trey Parker and Matt Stone know? What does Disney know?
Yeah.
What do all these people know? Family Guy, Simpsons. I know. I need to know it all.
Damn.
Oh, Seth Rogen, you magically weren't on the plane on 9/11 that day. So you're involved. A little guilty conscience on that one.
Even though that's a dark story, I have
is, sorry.
just one
Sorry.
final
Sorry.
uplifting. This is a positive, Jobins. An amateur fossil hunter named Eddie Templeton. This is pretty cool. In Mississippi, he found the first complete tusk,
Mosquito?
a whole entire tusk from it's called the Columbian mammoth, which is a distant relative of the woolly mammoth, 11,700 years to 75,000 years old.
That's fire.
Big range, but he found the first full. Imagine walking around at a creek, just you're chilling, and then you see a big ass tusk that's thousands and thousands of years old, bro. Older than the mummies.
Yeah, that'd be weird. Yeah, that whole mammoth period with big gigantic sloths and all them, that'd be a cool time to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why I wish we could see stuff like that somehow.
I wish we had a modern world with those animals. Like we're like, oh yeah, just saber-toothed tigers run around in Africa.
That would be sick.
Be sick. Like, oh yeah, we got woolly mammoths. You gotta watch out for them.
Yeah. But that was a positive story.
And a sloth, like giant sloths and like Sid from
You
Ice
think
Age.
AI will ever be able to like make it complete how it would look flawlessly?
Maybe.
Because we always have like guesses. We don't even
Probably.
know how dinosaurs really look.
That freaked me out. I remember when Ice Age came out as a kid. I was such a perfect age for Ice Age, and I remember being like, because I love dinosaurs and all, and again like the mammoth period and shit. And I remember just being so cool with all the different animals they had in Ice Age. I'd be like, oh wow, and you just as a kid you would just put yourself in that kind
That's
of
a childhood classic, bro. I remember
Fuck.
watching that with you. That was such a
Fuck,
good movie.
we're old, man. Ice Age, dude.
And
That's
it had such a
crazy.
sad, like a good story about
That's
hunting
crazy.
too, because all the mammoths that got hunted out. Oh, it's so sad.
Time is fucking crazy, Jopins. But we're glad to be here with you. Be safe out there. We will see you next week, episode 163.
Hell yeah. Love you, Joe.
Love you, Jobins. 28 days. Merab's getting his head kicked off. I'm going to be there to catch it outside the spear. Deuces.
Deuce.